and Dom. I'm Dan.
And I'm Dudley.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome
Welcome.
to this stupid show.
It's not a stupid show.
It's a dumb show.
It's not a dumb show. Why do you say that? Why are you
tired.
feeling that way?
I'm tired. I got too much sun this weekend.
Oh, is that it?
Yes. The sun has drained me of my energy.
Yeah.
Praise the sun.
I don't think that's what that's about, but okay.
Praise the sun.
Mm-hmm. That's something. So yeah, you just got back from a little vacation.
A little weekend vacation to the beach.
Yeah. That must be nice.
It was very nice.
Uh-huh.
Everyone should get a chance
Uh-huh.
to do so.
Uh-huh.
And I'm glad I'm one of those.
Uh-huh.
Everyone. Did you get to go to the beach?
No, I stayed in and hung out with my girlfriend, which
So
is
you didn't go anywhere?
just as good. Well, I stayed home and
Did
hung
nothing.
out. No, I hung out with my girlfriend. I hung out with.
Did you go see the sunlight?
Rob came in.
Yes,
And
Rob
so I
was
hung
here.
out with him and his wife.
I did
so-
not see him at all.
Yeah, I know.
Because I was on the beach.
Yeah, you left the day before you arrived.
Yes.
And came back
Some
4
might
hours
say
later after
it was
you left.
coincidental.
Oh. Oh, are you saying there's a possibility that you purposely avoided him?
No, it wasn't that way at all. But it's funnier that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get any sun, really.
I
You look
did.
exactly the same.
I did get some sun.
No, you don't look. You look.
The pain on my shoulders tells me I got some sun.
No, you just got a little bit of cancer,
Mm,
and
maybe.
and that's it.
We're still waiting on the report for that one.
Uh-huh. So,
Biopsy.
well, good for you.
Uh-huh.
Good for you. Good
Good.
for you.
Good for me.
Well, I stayed home and played some games.
Yes,
and,
That's nice. No one cares.
Mostly played Cookie Clicker because I have a
That's
problem.
not... Playing is such a
That's a loose term.
loose term.
Observing, making decisions, mild interaction. Sure.
Because you could not play that game and it would play.
It would keep rolling. It's like it's a train on the tracks. It just keeps moving, and I'm just along for the ride. And every once in a while, I can choose which direction I want to go a little bit. But for the most part, it's going down its own little track.
It goes the same way. It just depends on how
keeps moving.
fastly it moves.
Yes,
That's really it.
that's basically
That's
it.
the only thing you have any control over.
But I'm in the quintillions now.
Yeah.
Quintillion cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a fun word to say.
Quintillion?
Quintillion. But my goal is to get to the unidectillion, which is a lot more than where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yes, because quin is 5.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Unidec is 11,
If you say so.
and it's not like it's just twice as much. It's like exponential, so it's a whole bunch of zeros.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes.
That's fun. I don't know where I'm at on my Cookie Clicker game because I haven't seen it in 4 days.
Yeah, you just left it running. You
Just left
not
it
worried
running.
about it. Yeah.
I'll see it tomorrow.
I'll check in on it at some point, sure.
Yeah. It'll probably be absurdly high, and I'll
Probably.
spend like...
Unless it crashed.
Nah, well, yeah, which that happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I had a mishap.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was using a macro on my keyboard.
A macro, Daniel.
A macro.
Is that in the spirit of the game?
Yes. I would like to think so. Because we're using game as a very loose term here. And to...
Then we're using interfaces as a very loose term.
So I set up a macro so I could hit a button on my keyboard and it starts toggles on clicking once every millisecond.
Yeah.
So it clicks really fast a lot.
So I could just times a second.
Yeah, and I just let it sit there on the cookie generating cookies for me. However many, I think I'm up to 100 or 60 trillion per second or 60 trillion per click or whatever. Anyway, well, I left it running and then went and had, I think, dinner or something and came back and...
all was well.
all was not well. And I've done this several times. I've left it running all day.
Yeah.
No problems. 3 days in a row, it was running and clicking, no problem, right? I came home after just being gone for a little bit. Are you unwell?
I had that beach fever.
Oh, is that so? You should stop sucking up sand.
Yeah, that's gross. Go on.
So I came back and discovered that Chrome, my browser, crashed.
Yeah.
And so it was no longer open, which would not be a problem, except my mouse was still clicking 1,000 per second on just whatever random file it happened to be sitting on top of, which happened to be an image file.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a whole, I don't know how many error messages stacked on top of each other on my screen because it wouldn't open it anymore. It had clicked it so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And I would move the mouse, and there was like a 3 or 4 second delay, and I couldn't get it to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I hit the button and just waited.
Yeah.
And it still wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
It had bugged out and wouldn't turn off. So I was like, oh crap.
So you
and I'm sitting there trying to close stuff out, and I'm like, okay, well no, I'll just open the task manager and just close all this stuff. And I couldn't. Then I realized it's just clicking away, right? I can't get it to stop clicking. So every time I try to interact with anything, it's just like I'm making it work. So finally, I just killed my computer, right? And I was like, okay, I'll restart it. You know, it'll be fine. I restarted it, and it was still on.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't turn off. The macro would not.
Off. Yeah.
It didn't toggle off. It was still going, and I finally just had to unplug the keyboard to get it to stop. That's the only way I could get it to stop. And once I did that, I turned it off, and then it immediately happened again. I thought, oh, it's fine. I fixed it. It won't happen again. And it immediately got stuck and started doing something weird again and started lagging up my computer. So I think I almost broke my computer. I found the limit of 32 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
It's opening a single image file
1,000 times
I
per
have
second.
no... Yeah, for 1,000 times per second for
2 hours.
an hour or two. It's... Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll put a... It didn't crash. It just slowed down.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't good, and I made it. It was a big mess. So I decided to go away from that method, and so it's fine. It's everything's well now.
Yeah. Now you're just using the in-game cheater.
It's not a cheat.
It is a cheat.
It is not a cheat.
Okay, so tell me where you got
I don't know what you're talking about.
the
From you.
The
I learned it
not
from you.
the not cheat.
It's not a cheat. I mean, I did say it was a cheat before I started using it.
So you went to a website that said what on it?
I don't know. I can't remember how I did
certain
it. I
wiki?
turned it on and it's just going now. I don't know
You
how
don't
it
even
works.
acknowledge
It's
it.
magic.
Uh-huh.
It's magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a real game, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
It's really just like
Well, the
a
thing
counting
is,
sim.
a real
That's all
game has an end. I would
yes.
think
Well, most of them.
90% of them.
That's just a made-up statistic. You just made that
I
up.
stand by it.
Uh-huh.
Just to say,
A large percentage of them have some sort of
of an end game.
Yes.
So the game ends.
Well, some of them loop back on themselves.
Yes, but that's usually built into it. But there's a point where you go, I can stop now. Cookie Clicker doesn't have that.
Well, it's a game.
I guess once you
it
get
is-
all the achievements, I guess you can go, I'm done.
That's kind of. I think that's more or less where I think I'm heading
Yeah.
until I just decide I'm done with it. I don't know.
I think
We'll
that's
see.
what happened the last time I did it. I
Yeah.
finally was just like, nope, I'm done.
I'm done with this. This has rubbed me raw.
Excuse
But
me?
it's just
What
just
are you rubbing while you're playing Cookie Clicker?
it's really just a counting service. You know how? Have you ever? I know you've done this.
No.
You get a calculator
No.
and you go 1 + 1, and then you just keep
No.
doing it over and over, and
No.
so it turns into a counter.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's a calculator?
You know what a calculator is.
I don't know
Yes,
what
you
you're talking
do.
about.
Where you sit there and you just add to itself over and over again until the calculator crashes.
You add the calculator to
no,
itself?
no, you just go 1 + 1. Okay, it's 2, and then plus 2.
One plus-
You just keep square rooting it basically. It's just time to sell.
Square
over
root.
You know what I'm talking about. Stop playing it like an idiot. You just sit there and do it until you hit whatever the maximum a calculator can handle. That's all this game is, really. It's just you start with 1 cookie, and then you're generating 2 cookies per second, and then you're generating 4 cookies per second, and then you just sit there and you build onto it, and then
so you're saying
you're building until you're up to like the quintillion cookies.
So if I understand this right, a calculator is a mobile cookie clicker.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, why didn't you just say that from the beginning? Calculator equals mobile cookie clicker.
Sure. Okay.
Why? Do you have to pay for those, or
sure?
How do they make money? You can do it in the browser for free.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Shall we move on?
Yes, let's move on, because,
we played Mapmaker.
Yes.
The Gerrymandering Game.
Yes, we did.
Which was sent to us.
Yeah, they sent us a print-to-play copy.
Yeah.
And we printed it, and we played it.
Yes,
we
did.
done print and played.
Yes. We played with Gary and John Dorsey.
Johnny D.
At the game night last week. And it's pretty good.
It's pretty fun.
It's really accurate. Politically accurate.
It is in an idea sense. It is
an idealized.
Yeah.
Gerrymandering.
In results is not.
Oh no.
But
I mean, the Libertarian Party winning is not realistic.
It's not realistic at all. It's never happened.
But the way the mechanics of the game do feel very political.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the purpose.
It fits the theme.
It does. It fits the theme very well. And on the surface, it's a very simple set of rules. I mean, the rule book's like 4 or 5 pages, maybe. And it's mostly pictures. Most of it's pictures, and it's just really simple rules. Where basically you have like kind of Catan-shaped board where you got tiles, like hexes, and you randomly distribute a bunch of tokens that label
a number
of
and
votes.
a party.
There are vote counts for a specific party in each district, and then what you do, or
county,
each county is what county is what they call it, and then what you do is you start placing borders down to section it off into districts, and you're trying to get the most votes in each district and have the most districts that you won.
Yeah,
and it's really simple. You just take turns. You start placing 4 borders until you can't place anymore, basically.
Yeah.
And whoever got it wins.
Yeah.
And it sounds really simple, but it gets pretty tricky.
Yeah.
Because you're doing a lot of counting of, okay, there's 6 counties here, and if I put this one in, that puts it at 8 or 7 or whatever, and you're trying to figure out is there a way you can wiggle a border, because you can't make a district smaller than 4 counties.
Yes, you got to be 4 to be counted a district.
Yes.
If you make one, you can't. It's against the rules to make one smaller.
Yes.
You can make them bigger, but obviously, when you get to 8 counties, you can split it, and it will become 4 and 4.
Exactly.
Unless you can't legally split it into
and make it into 4.
Make it.
It's tricky, and We enjoyed it.
I liked
it. Though it came down to the end, and Gary got to be the decider.
Pretty much.
He
wasn't gonna win.
He wasn't gonna win. He realized there's no way for me to be able to get enough to get another district. It was physically impossible. And then he realized that you and I were tied, and he had to decide who did he want. It was Kingmaker, basically. He had to decide who he was going to shift it towards.
Yeah.
And he chose to shift it for me because, so it was Gary-mandered.
It was Gary-mandered. It's kind of funny because he thought, we're kind of Kingmaker. Once someone else can make the decision who wins. And that's kind of true, but it kind of makes sense in the theme of the game. That's kind of how things shake out.
And it happens in politics all the time. It's like you can't get what you want, so you end up throwing your vote into
another
the lesser of two evils or whatever.
Just the terrible idea.
Yeah,
but it
happens all the time.
Learn from that.
No.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good though.
It is good.
I'm trying to decide if I want to throw money at it. And
Yeah,
get a copy
it would be cool to get a
actual-
copy of it. Just that I would like to see like the final product.
Yeah.
You know, we played with little cutout tile, like paper cutouts and toothpicks for the borders.
Yeah.
Which works pretty good, except the toothpicks tend to roll. But and which I mean that's all you really need. It's not it's a simple game.
Yeah.
But I would like to see it all put together and have the full
The final
production
product would
and
be
the
nice.
final product. Just to
And to support a fellow Texas.
yes,
Texan.
yes.
Texican.
No,
No,
Texans.
Texan.
Texans.
Texan.
Mm-hmm. Texorians.
Texors.
Texors.
Make a game maker.
Techosaurs. We're dinosaurs now.
Yes. Yes.
Techosaurus.
No, we'd just be a T-Rex. Or Tex.
Tex.
Drop the R.
Tex.
They are silent.
Trex.
Trex.
Okay, this is dumb.
But yeah, it's good. It's good. So y'all should go throw money at it. You
Yeah,
know, it doesn't really need it. It's already met its
Yeah,
goal.
it's already met its gold.
I
so
didn't look at what it's at today.
I haven't either, but
I'll look it up. Real quick while you talk.
there'll be a link on the description to it, so you can go check it out. And if you want to check it out and back it and get a copy of it, you should. And it's a cool little game.
I think it's only like $38.
Yeah, it's fairly
Apple
it's
game.
Yeah. So yeah, good job. You made a good game. Congratulations, you didn't waste your time.
Yeah. It's loading.
Mm-hmm.
Gerrymandering.
Thank you for for the update.
It is at. It's got 9 days left. Well, it'll be 8 days by the time this airs. It's got $52,733.
Okay, so it's a little higher than where it was last week.
It's over 3 times its goal.
Yeah. So congratulations on a successful Kickstarter, and
Yes.
you got a pretty good little game.
Mm-hmm. Unless it comes out that y'all plagiarized half of it and
Oh
gets
well,
shut down.
no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think so either. Because Texans don't do that.
Sure. I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes, and then not do the research to find out if that's true.
Yes, that's the way to do it.
Uh-huh.
That's the way to live.
Ignorance is bliss.
Mm-hmm.
So
And before we go on,
yes.
I played another game with Gary.
Oh yeah.
At the
Oh
the game
yeah,
night.
you did. While I was
And-
cutting stuff out and
Yeah.
and getting stuff
So
ready.
he had this little card game, and he didn't tell me the name. We just sat down. He goes, "Okay," and we started playing. And then it comes to find out, I can't even talk about this game.
Oh yeah.
So Gary introduced the game, knowing full well that we do a show where we
About-
talk about the games,
talk about
we,
games
play,
we play. Yes.
and then proceed to tell me once I had beaten him that I couldn't talk about
Of course, after you beat him. See, if he had won, you could talk about it all you want.
Well, probably. But apparently, this game isn't available yet, and somehow he has it.
Gary's like in with people.
He is.
He knows people. I don't know how he does
He got
it.
sent this game that they're still working on,
Yes.
and it's good,
Yeah.
but I can't talk about
You
it.
can't talk about it.
I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, which is probably for the best.
Probably,
'Cause
because I would probably say it.
You have loose lips and you would sink ships.
How do I sink ships with my
Loose lips sink ship, Dudley.
What-
Don't you know?
lips?
We're at war, Dudley.
Is this a paper ship? Or?
Yes. No, all ships. Spaceships.
So if you got
potato chips.
you just go rubbing lips on a ship, it'll start singing?
No.
I
You
don't,
don't
understand
this.
this
You don't understand.
this metaphor.
So you played a game, you don't know what it's called, and you can't talk about it.
Even all I can say is I won it. I beat
This
Gary.
has been really informative.
Yes.
Thank you. So for
So,
every week you're going to come back
screw
and like,
you, Gary,
I beat Gary at
for-
a game. All right, that's great, Dudley. Gary beat me at a game this week. All
Yeah.
right, thanks.
So maybe one day, in
Maybe
the
one
future,
day you'll
when this game actually comes out
Uh-huh.
and it's official,
Yes.
I can say, "Hey, remember that time I said I beat Gary?" And you'll be like, "Yeah," and I'll be like, "This is the game."
This is the
And you'll
game.
be like, "I don't remember that."
Yeah, I don't remember that.
But yeah,
I'm not sure any of this really happened.
it did.
Uh-huh.
It
Sure.
did.
All right.
But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw out some games that I played at the beach.
No, yeah.
Just all of them we've covered before,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna touch on them. Played Joking Hazard
Yeah.
with a
Always
handful
fun.
of people. We actually did the rules of how many you get to win.
Yeah.
We bumped it up a little bit. It's normally 3, All it
Is it
takes
only
is 3 to win.
Really?
And
I thought it was like 10.
No, so we bumped up to 5.
Yeah.
And I beat everybody.
Oh, of course you did.
But it came a situation kind of like it does when me and you are playing.
Yeah.
Where we keep going back and forth between each other.
We have very similar sense of humor.
Yeah, me and one of the other guys apparently have similar sense of humor, and it kept going back and forth between us. And but that was fun. I introduced someone else to Corridors.
Yes.
And he enjoyed it thoroughly, even though he didn't win.
Yeah. You sure like to talk about how other people didn't win, Dudley?
Yes, I do. We also played Train, which I got my ass kicked.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. You need to be put in your place every once in a while.
Well, I got second. There was 3 of us playing. I got second.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. And then Sushi Go.
Mm-hmm.
Played a couple rounds of Sushi Go. Introduced my girlfriend to Sushi Go.
Yeah. Did you do the thing?
The what thing?
You know, where you go Sushi Go.
No, we didn't do that.
You didn't do it?
No.
How do you?
I was
that's like
teaching her the game, and I just
come on.
I didn't do it.
That's like the most important rule.
It's not in the rules.
Yes,
at all.
it totally is in the rule.
No, it's not.
It does say that. It says when you play this, you call out Sushi Go, which we just turned into Sushi Go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, how do you look at those pictures and not think of it that way?
Yeah, she likes it.
Yeah, it's a fun little game.
She beat me the second time we played it.
Oh well, yeah. Someone needs to put you in your place. I'm telling you.
She's trying really hard.
She does a pretty good job, if I don't say so myself.
Yeah. And that's so we played all that. I brought Secret Hitler.
Yeah.
And we just didn't have the numbers.
Yeah. You need to play.
You got to have 5 to play.
Yeah, minimum 5.
We were at best.
And it's better. At best, it starts getting pretty good about 7, 6 or 7. I mean, it's good with 5, but it gets its you know,
it plays really well.
It plays much better. Yes.
Yeah, higher numbers.
Yes.
But yeah, so we didn't get to it.
No,
unfortunately,
that's too bad.
It was kind of weird. I took up a handful of games and didn't really play any of them until like the last night.
Yeah.
And that was, I was surprised even then because I'm used to us going to the beach.
Yeah, where we spend most of the time.
We spend half our time playing board games, and so
it's what we do at night.
Apparently, other people don't do that.
Oh, okay.
At the beach.
That's weird. What do they do?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I was just sitting around.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, or
something like that, I guess. Yeah. So what else did you play this weekend?
Well, Diplomacy's still rolling.
Yeah, well, you know, who cares?
Yeah.
No one cares about that anymore.
I think some people do.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to talk to me.
Yeah.
Everybody wants something. That's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the mighty bear can bestow upon people the things that they desire.
Good luck
all
with
you have to do
and your whatever bearness.
If all you got to do is pay homage.
Homage?
Yes.
Whatever. No one cares about this game anymore.
No, that's not true. You don't care about this game anymore.
Cares
you don't care about this game anymore.
It's over. No one cares. There's not even a winner.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's exactly the opposite of what there is.
I don't know what you're talking about. As far as I'm concerned, there is no winner.
Because you lost.
No, I haven't lost.
Because you're losing?
But no one's winning.
I'm winning. I am technically winning.
No.
By the numbers.
No.
That's why you're so bitter. You're so angry.
No.
So that's still going. Going strong, going good.
Yeah.
And I got because No Man's Sky had a big update this week.
Big update.
It's finally close
to the game they said it was.
The game they said it would be. And, we talked about this.
You put a lot of time into it.
I put a bit of time into it. I kind of enjoyed it for what it was. Because I didn't really, I saw the game and I was like, I'm on board, I'll play it. Yeah. And then didn't look at any or follow it for, the rest of the year or whatever, however long it took for it to come out.
Yeah.
And I just oh, it's out, I'm going to play it. And I played it and I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's not terrible. It's got some charm to it. It's kind of weird. But I enjoyed just kind of exploring and doing stuff. Well, it's been out for, 2 years now. And
has it been 2 years?
Yeah. And they did a major update called Next, I believe, and they added a bunch of stuff. They added true multiplayer, so you can actually see each other and play with other people. Because there was kind of a half multiplayer where you could see each other as weird orbs or something.
Yeah,
and you could find other people's stuff, I think, but you couldn't really interact with them directly, kind of thing. Well, now there's actually real multiplayer. Yeah. And they've updated the crafting system quite a bit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot more detail, a lot more complexity to it. They enhanced the building stuff. Because I jumped on it a little bit when they added the building stuff, but it really didn't hook me. I played for a little bit, and I was like, okay, there it is. And because even at first, it was a separate game. It wasn't you couldn't even do it in your main game.
Yeah.
It was a separate creative mode.
Beta test.
Yeah. But now it's the normal game
fully
has
integrated.
Yeah, and so I find myself when I first played it, the first time I played it, I got my ship working, which takes a little bit of time, and then I took off and I just aimed for the stars and just kept moving from one place to another, never really stopping and spending a lot of time. But so far I've gone to 2 planets. The one I started on.
Did you start over?
Yeah, I started a new game.
Okay.
I just started fresh, because I didn't really remember where it was or what I was doing, so I was just I'm just going to start a new game. So I started a new game, and I have spent less time running around. I was on one planet, I spent some time there, and then I had a quest that sent me to a nearby planet. Well, I went to a space station and then to a planet. With the space station they updated, it's actually a space station.
Yeah.
Before, it's you landed on it. It had a big bay area where ships can land, and then there's a room on one side and a room on the other side, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
There's not much else of anything, and one or two dudes you were just who would interact with you, and that's it. There's not really much of a space station. Well, now it's there's actually merchants and some kind of guild or something. I guess you can interact with. And military officers and different things and big areas where there's people standing around and stuff. So it's oh, this actually looks like a real space station, and that was cool.
So a real space station. So it's long tubes and everyone's floating around.
No, they have gravity.
Fecal matter.
They have no. They have
said real space
artificial
station.
gravity.
Oh. That's not realistic.
Well, it's a sci-fi game, and so they somehow have come up with artificial gravity.
Oh, okay.
And
if you say so,
they do it all the time, Dudley.
Mm-hmm.
In the entertainment industry,
that's something.
So that was really cool and surprising, and something I wasn't really expecting. And they added the third-person view. So you can actually go third person and see what you look like and do it, play it that way if you want to, which was disorienting at first because I didn't know how. It started me out in third person, and I didn't know how to switch it back to first person, which was what I was used to.
Yeah.
And are you yawning?
No. Yes, I am. I'm very tired. It's been a long weekend.
It took me a second because there was another menu, a little interface you had to hit a button to open, and you could do little things that I didn't know about.
That's very detailed.
Yeah, you hit X, and it opens up a communication.
That's too detailed.
Okay, and on PC, you hit X, and it opens up a little thing, and there's a settings, and a utility menu, and then a communication and gesture menus and stuff like that. That's where you go to change it back between first person and third person, and it took me a while to figure out how to find that so I could get back to first person, which is where I was comfortable.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I'm on my second planet. I'm taking my time. I'm building a base because the second planet happened to be not a shithole. The first planet was too cold, and I was freezing all the time, and I got tired of that. Because I decided, I was I'm just going to build on whatever my first planet is. But it was freezing there, and I didn't like that, so I left. The next planet was this nice, autumn wonderland. And I'm oh, it's really nice. The only time it gets a little rough is that when it rains, it's boiling water rain. So it's really hot. So other than that's the only time I have to worry about
hot rain.
Yeah, so that's the only time I have to go seek shelter. But otherwise, and it doesn't rain that often. So it's actually a really nice planet. So I'm going to build my house here. So I started building a house. And there's a lot more to it. There's lots of things you can build. There's resources you can gather. There's like buried treasure type thing. Like there's these like hidden technology, like lost technology type thing where you go and you can dig a hole in the ground and there'll be a little piece of technology and you get it and you get those points and then you can spend those points to get blueprints to build new things. It's really clever actually. It's kind of fun because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go dig up this thing, and
you are borderline raving mad right now.
You know I always do this.
You're just like, it's so.
It is. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it, and I spent like most of the time I play this new game on this one planet, just like gathering the resources and building stuff. And I'm like, one day I'm gonna go explore some more, but not until I get a teleporter so I can come back to my base whenever I need to. So it's going well. I'm getting into it. I'm liking it. And
that's cool.
It's kind of like a new game that looks kind of like an old game I've had for 2 years.
Like they made a sequel and made us better one, except it's still the same game.
Yeah, I wish I knew somebody else who had it so I could
I thought about buying it. Yeah. Because now that it has the actual multiplayer, it might be fun to play together.
We could multiplayer together.
But I don't know how much it is going for right now.
I don't know. Let me check it out.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it or not. I do need something new to play since I was playing Subnautica a lot. Yeah. And now I've beaten Subnautica and I don't feel the need to play it. So I need something to fill the void.
Yeah.
And it might be
It is 50% off right now.
And that is
for the next 14 hours. So by the time the show goes up, it's it'll be mostly over. But it's $29.99 right now. It's normally $60, but they have a sale going on.
Hey, we fixed it sale.
Kind of. But yeah, some of the aliens seem to be less wonky.
Yeah.
You know, there's all kinds of
so they
alien life.
Fixed everything.
Yeah, they I saw this adorable looking. I called it a horn bear. It looks like an upright teddy bear with little antlers. And they're just like as pleasant as you can be.
And a huge erection.
No.
Why
did it go? Oh, okay.
You said it was a horn bear.
See, why did your mind go there? Okay. It
had
antlers. Okay, should I call it an antler bear?
Yes, that would be more real. Bear. That would have the better imagery.
But horn bear is more on theme for us.
Yes, but that just implies
it is the beautiful horn bear.
That's probably going to need the title of this episode, isn't it?
Probably. I'm writing it down.
Let's come up with something better, hopefully. I've heard the new game is gorgeous.
They added, atmosphere layers, so there's clouds when you're flying around, which adds a kind of more realism to it, so you actually fly down through clouds and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I've seen some images. A lot of people are posting images. There is really pretty
game. It wasn't a bad-looking game before, but I thought it was already a pretty game. I have, lots of screenshots from when I was playing it before, but I think they're just adding a little more details. Yeah, it just gives it more layers that makes it look pretty good.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm enjoying it.
I might get it.
I'm actually getting back into it. So like last few times they updated, I went and checked it out, but I never played. I didn't really play it anymore.
Well, it didn't seem like they changed it enough.
It wasn't enough, and it just didn't hook me. But it looked like they did a pretty significant overhaul, which is good. Which is it's cool
considering how many people were mad about it.
Yeah, and it's actually getting positive reviews now.
Finally.
Yeah.
Only took 2 years.
Yeah. So I'm going to just go ahead and say I was right from the beginning. I was like, everyone's angry about this game, but it's okay. Yeah. And then now it's like, let's see. And I think I said that forever ago that, I see there's a lot of potential. They can add to it and it'll just
but
get
you
better.
did also say it's a $30 game, not a $60 game.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It might be a $60 game now.
But I'm going to try to get it for $30.
Yeah, you should, if you can. But yeah, it might be getting close. I did say that. It may be getting close to a $60 game. Right now, if I were giving a verdict right this moment, having played only a couple more hours, I would say it's at least a $40 game.
Okay.
We'll see if it gets to $60.
Get the full 60.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it, though.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm getting into it.
Did you play anything else?
What did I see? I got Hello Neighbor on the Switch.
Yeah.
I saw it on there. It just came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I had played like an early beta version or something like that, and so I'd never played really the full version of it, or a demo or something.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm kind of curious how the final version of this game is, because I never did get around to playing it.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it. It seemed like it might be fun on the Switch. I haven't played a lot. All I can say really right now is first-person stealth games are hard
Mm-hmm.
because you're sneaking around. You get this creepy old dude trying to chase you down, and it's just scary. And you're hiding in closets, and I don't. It's a little awkward.
What's the message in this game?
You're a kid running from a man with a mustache who chases you.
And you're in the closet.
Yes, something like that.
Okay.
I don't think that's the game. I don't think that's how this game is. I think we somehow got off the three games
I'm just
really bad.
asking you questions about the things you said.
For those who don't know, the game is you're a kid like walking down the street, and you see this guy who's your neighbor, like you hear screaming and him like slamming and locking up a door. So you're like trying to sneak in and get the stuff you need to get into this door to supposedly help somebody. Which I don't remember. I don't think during the cinematic. I don't think you actually see anyone. So I don't know if there's something else going on or what the deal is.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm trying to play through it and figure it out. But it's interesting because one thing that's very different from the demo version is in the demo you just got grabbed and you got thrown out and that was that. In this one you get grabbed. Sometimes you have like this weird dream sequence where you're like going through dark hallways and there's like you see your neighbor, and one of them I was like rat sized and I was under a table moving shoe and he's like giant moving through, and so it's like weird little interesting trippy things going on there. But yeah, you're sneaking around a house and you're trying to distract him or dodge him or whatever.
It's a stealth game.
It's a stealth game.
Yeah.
And it's hard, and I like
this.
it.
This imagery you're painting is something.
Your
else.
mind goes to weird
I'm just
places
telling.
every
I'm
time.
just listening to
time.
the words you're saying. You're
just-
talking about some older man. You being in the closet.
Not me,
mustache,
the person I'm playing.
hard things.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just letting you know.
Uh-huh.
This is the way you talk.
Okay, sure.
All right. So you'll give us a fuller, robust review of that later.
Yeah, I'll play more and I'll let you know. I know there's like, I think deeper layers to it than just like, because a lot of this looks
Than
similar.
just the closet?
Like I've seen still images of much more complex locations, and
You haven't got to that yet.
I'm certain, like in the load menu has like select act, so I know there's like other, levels to it. I just don't know. I'm still in like what looks like the house I played in the beta version or whatever.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's gonna be.
You gotta
curious
dig deep.
I gotta see where it goes.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I will say my biggest complaint is that it's a little awkward with the controller.
Yeah.
Like with a mouse, I had no trouble like going up and you click on the handles to go through the doors and stuff like that. With the joystick, I seem to like I had to concentrate on like aiming right, because if I don't look at the right hit the doorknob, I end up hitting the keyhole underneath it, and I'm looking through the keyhole rather than opening the door. So it's a little awkward. Like it took me a second to figure out how to get my head around all the controls, because it just felt like the key mapping was
You don't get
a
your
little...
head around. You get your hands.
Yeah,
around
I know that.
You gotta get your hands around.
Yeah, my head's got to be around it so that my hand can use it.
You gotta get the hands around it, not the head around it.
Okay. So the controls were a little awkward. I'm getting more comfortable with them, but at first I was like, I don't know how to interface with this. And
You put your hands on it.
Yes. Okay. You're so helpful, Dudley.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. That's what I'm here for. Any other games you play?
I believe that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's segue into news. Play the news music.
Thank you very much. There you go. No, we did play it. Didn't you hear it?
I didn't hear anything.
Well, you need to get your hearing aids checked. Get your hearing aids checked. Get your hearing aids checked.
I'm pretty sure you didn't. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
Civilization 4.
Yes.
The theme song?
Was it 4?
4, yes.
Okay.
It was Civilization 4.
Uh-huh.
Had
a fantastic theme song.
Had a wonderful...
A really fantastic theme
called
song.
Baba Yetu.
Mm-hmm. And everyone who's played the game is hearing it right now.
Baba Yetu.
I don't know.
I don't know the actual
I don't
words.
actually know
I
the
just
words,
know
but
the tune.
It's wonderful. I know. I have found myself getting to the menu and just going,
this is nice.
Yes. I just like listening to it. It's a fantastic song.
It really should just be in every one of their games.
It really should. I don't know why it's not.
It should just be the
Honestly, when the 5th and 6th ones came out, I think that was my biggest criticism, is that it did not have that song in it. That and No Leonard Nimoy. I mean, I know he's dead now, but still.
They could have robotized his voice.
Robotize?
Robotize.
I thought you were saying robotizing for a second.
No, not robotizing. Robotize.
Yeah, okay.
It's slightly different spelling.
Okay.
A choir
yes.
was on American Got Talent, and they sung that song.
Yes, very well.
Very, very well. If you're a fan of the game and the theme song, you should go listen to that.
It's really good.
It's really good. The Angel City Chorale. And it's wonderful.
It is very
It brought tears to my eyes.
It gave me feelings. I believe they're called emotions.
Yes.
And they things I don't normally feel.
I don't usually deal with them. And when they come out, they get very strong. But I push them back down.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It's on a dumb show, but whatever.
Yeah, well, considering that game is 14 years old, I think now. 2004.
Did it really? Was it that long ago?
I believe so. 2004, 2005.
I don't think it's quite that old. I'm going to look it up.
You're going to look it up, and I'm going to be like, yep, told you so. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, considering how old it is, I think it's 2005. It's either 4 or 5. Somewhere
I'm
in
looking
that
it up.
range.
Hold on, give me a second.
Somewhere in
it
that
came
range.
out in 2005. Oh, okay. So
I
didn't realize it was that old. Okay.
Yeah, 13 years old. And the theme song is on American Got Talent. Apparently, the song popped up, got a Grammy in 2011. I guess it was in something else. I don't know. But
no, it was for a video. It was for the game. I think that had to be the 5th one.
The theme song.
Well, I guess it is. It's
Civ 4.
It did win a Grammy, as it should. It is a really good game.
Yes, it won a Grammy, and I think that's why it's kind of in the probably why it popped up in the choir. I doubt they're all 145 members or 160 are Civilization 4 fans, but we can hope. We can hope. There's a Fallout cookbook. What are you doing?
I'm reading
about
this
you listening?
stuff.
I'm talking about the news.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm totally listening.
You didn't respond. What did I just say?
Yes.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, okay.
You're not answering my question.
Yes, he put it on an album in 2009. That's right.
Yeah, the guy who composed it.
Yes, the composer. Yeah. But yeah, it was originally written as a theme for. Yeah. It's fantastic. It's a wonderful, wonderful song. Yes. I like I said, I found myself just putting the menu on and just letting it play. See, you ruined it.
I ruined it.
You've ruined it.
I don't know it that
Fallout
well.
Cookbook.
Fallout,
That's
the
what
Vault
you were saying.
Dwellers Cookbook.
Okay.
Is up for pre-order on Amazon.
Is it called Goat?
No, it's kind of funny. It's got a bunch of like normal meals, but they're themed. And
does it show you how to make things using sugar bombs?
Maybe
Nuka-Cola?
I don't know. But
use Nuka-Cola or your favorite soda.
Well, it's like it took a cookbook and then crossed out the real world meats, like it's beef or whatever. And like there's bacon wrapped scallops, but it's crossed it out and it's now mystery meat wrapped Murlark meat. And
mystery meat in Fallout means
human.
means human.
Yes, it's human bacon. Human bacon wrapped Murloc meat.
It's a lot harder to say than bacon
It looked
wrapped
delicious.
Okay, so you're gonna order it?
No. It's really cool, really nice. I wouldn't mind having it just because it probably has a few little amusing stuff in it, but it's just a cookbook.
It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook.
Yeah, it's literally just a cookbook with words crossed out and put in Fallout words.
To serve ghouls.
How to serve ghouls.
That's a weird. That's an old reference.
Soylent Ghoul.
Soylent Ghoul. Speaking of Fallout, I have pre-ordered it officially. Yes, Fallout 76.
I'm kind of holding out that the collector's edition.
I have officially pre-ordered it. I went because it's not on Steam, at least not yet. So I went and downloaded the Bethesda launcher, and then purchased it through that. So officially have it, and I believe, unless I've got my wires crossed,
which is possible,
it comes out in November.
Yes.
But I think the beta comes out in October. Like, I think I want to say it said 26th because it said something about available October 26th on there, even though the release date is November something. So I think the beta.
And I know you can get the beta if you.
Yeah, that's the main reason I wanted to go ahead and pre-order it.
I really kind of want the collector's edition, special edition.
Yeah,
because I want the helmet, but I don't need to spend money on that.
Yes,
I really, really want it though. Anyway. So I haven't pre-ordered it because they're out of the special edition. I just want it. You're not listening to me.
I am totally listening.
Moving on.
Yes.
I was reading an article and I was thinking about this.
It's in October.
Okay.
So I was just double checking.
Yes.
So in October I'll be playing the beta for Fallout 76 because I have pre-ordered it as they have demanded. Now, what are you saying?
I was reading an article talking about EVE Online.
You gotta stop yawning.
I'm so tired.
You're gonna make me yawn. Stop it. Bastard. Okay, so you were saying.
I was reading an article talking about EVE Online and some war.
There's always wars.
There's a big war going on.
There's always
EVE
some
Online
kind of war
with one of the big mega companies. And it feels like reading a real war article.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's like all these details, and I'm like, I don't understand any of this. There's like not all kinds of,
jargon.
Yeah, well, and I'm just like reading it, I'm like, this is fascinating. And it's like, it feels like you're reading about a real war. But like then you're like, you think you go,
news.
No one's dying, so it's okay. I'm like, this is much better. No one died in this. Maybe lots of time and money disappeared. But
no real death.
No real fatalities.
Yeah.
And I like that better.
Yes.
But, yeah, there's kind of an interesting... There's a massive war going on between one of the big companies.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was reading an article about it, and I had no idea what was going on. I was reading half of it.
So this whole thing has been, I read an article about a virtual war, and that's it. I didn't understand it.
Is that what you're reporting? The whole point I'm making is that it's fascinating to me that the article felt like I was reading a real war report.
It felt like you were reading a real news report.
Yes, but it wasn't. It's a digital world that, people just spend way too much time.
I mean, that's just like the nature of EVE. Is just like there's.
Yeah, I just wonder how people have time to spend that long. And like, there was a whole battle that lasted 8 hours.
Wow.
With the one
a lot of people called in sick that day.
A lot of them are talking about they prepped for like 10 or 12 hours. I mean, it was like 12 hours with the 8 hours of war and like 4 hours of prep time and all this stuff. And then the only reason that it stopped at 8 hours is because the servers went down. And they were like, even talking about, we had thought about trying to push it and make the servers crash ourselves. That was like a valid strategy. I'm just like, this is just crazy.
Wow.
And then because the servers went down and there's like this whole spawn camping thing.
Yeah.
While they're
Well,
trying
people
to,
getting back in?
The entire fleet is in this one spot, but they're not logged in.
Yeah.
So the enemy has just like camped for a whole week.
Waiting for them
to come back on so they can destroy them.
Wow.
And it's just fascinating.
That's really crazy.
And they're all like, it's just this whole strategy of trying to get people back into it so they can
kill the people
out.
before they get in.
Yeah, they can get out so they can get and support the people that haven't got back in yet.
Wow.
And it's just, it's a whole week endeavor, and I'm just like, this is insane.
Yes.
I barely have time to play a couple of hours a week.
Yeah.
How do you do this?
I don't know.
Yeah. This is just crazy. It's just really fascinating. Eve has always been really fascinating to me, and I wish I had time for it.
Yeah, I like it. It's time and money.
Time
and money, my friend.
They announced the new Nintendo Labo set.
Did they?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen this.
It's a driving, flying, and diving.
Is it really that what it's called? Or
no, but that's what you do in it.
Oh, okay. Driving.
The whole
flying,
game is you build a steering wheel. There's like 3 control mechanisms.
Okay.
And you're controlling a vehicle in the game, and when you put the key into the different controls, it changes the vehicle to match the control.
Oh, okay.
So there's the standard driving one. You stick the key in there, and you have a steering wheel and a foot pedal.
Yeah.
And all kinds of stuff, and you drive.
Okay.
And then you pull it out, and there's another one. It's like a airplane joystick.
Okay.
So the car turns into an airplane and it flies.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's a part where it can
so
go
it's like
water.
A Bond car type thing?
Yeah, and it can go in the water, and you pull it out, and you put in another control, and it's got like 2. You control the propellers on the side to direct it, and it's just rotating thing.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out. When does it come out?
It comes out September 14th.
Okay, so it's a little ways
It's
out.
still a couple months out, but it also has 2-player mode.
Okay.
It's like a racing Mario Kart-esque type game.
Okay.
It looks pretty fun. It's got a lot of parts to it, so I'm curious. How well that works, but looks pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good. I didn't know they were coming out with more until
I assumed they would. I just didn't expect it this quickly. But I guess it's popular.
Yeah,
and you're gonna. It's not like it's cardboard. So as long as you can make a game that backs it up.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see a price on it, so hopefully it's on the cheaper side of it instead.
Yeah. Who knows? It may be like probably about the same as the other ones. I would guess.
There's the update on GTA Online that adds nightclubs.
Yeah, it's
like you can actually own a nightclub and run a business, and it kind of sounds pretty good.
That's cool. I was updating it recently, and I haven't played it in forever. I know they've added a lot of stuff since I last played. I know there's like a whole, drug running, like
there's a lot more heist stuff and more. There's a lot of stuff in it. They still keep adding more stuff to it, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's an Easter egg involved with the nightclub thing because you can buy a drink, like you drink.
Is it a hot coffee?
Well, no. It's you get a shot and it immediately knocks you out. You black out and you wake up somewhere else. And there's random things, and one of them is like Trevor waking up on the mountain. So you're just like naked on the mountain. And then there's other ones where you just appear in random places, and sometimes the most common ones you're just in the bathroom of the nightclub. But the other ones you'll end up in weird places.
But
funny. One of them you end up on this tower with a T-shirt, an exclusive T-shirt, and the only way you can get it is by doing that. So,
that's fun.
And it ties to a real world T-shirt that I think it has something to do with making fun of Scientology. But I'm not sure the detail on it. But
okay.
So that's kind of a lot of people are just getting smashed drunk.
They're getting smashed so they can get
shirt
get an exclusive
because apparently it doesn't happen. Often.
Okay. That's funny. I updated it recently. I was like, I'm going to try this out again. I haven't played it in forever, but it is a lot of fun.
There's a Dungeons and Dragons miniature set on Kickstarter that adds the little doggies.
Little doggies?
Yeah, little doggy miniatures to play Dungeons and Dragons with.
Like Okay, like your
like there's
character's
a dog
dog?
with a like your character's a dog.
Okay.
It's called Dungeons and Doggies. It's on Kickstarter.
So it's just a miniature set?
It's just a miniature set.
That's
It's
funny.
13 miniatures, and they're all a bunch of different dogs of different classes.
Okay, so I can have a monk dog?
I don't know. I can't
Dog
remember
monk?
what all.
I mean,
the,
surely.
I know there's a cleric. There's
All
the
the-
different classes from D&D, and they all dressed appropriately.
Okay.
So if you like dogs and Dungeons and Dragons, you can spend $35 and get a 13-piece miniature set.
I'm looking it up because I need to see this.
It's pretty adorable.
Mhm.
It even comes with character sheets for each of them. So that's pretty funny.
That is funny.
Rogue Legacy. You remember
Uh-huh.
Rogue Legacy? Did you ever play it?
Yes, I played the crap out of Rogue Legacy.
Apparently, this is okay. So the game's been out for 4 years.
Yeah, it's been out
They
for a while.
just updated it and gave it mouse support.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
Because
that.
apparently there was one angry review from 4 years ago
Yeah.
from a guy who's like, "You can't use a mouse and quit playing
And that
it."
game's not made to use
It's a 2D platformer.
Yeah.
What are you going to use a mouse for?
Yeah.
And apparently, 4 years later, 2,207 comments later, that's how big that thing got. The original poster doesn't even post on it anymore. It's been just hijacked by other people.
Yeah.
They finally put it in.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
I'm looking at these.
The minis.
Yes.
It's pretty good looking. And they're pretty.
There is a Pomeranian monk.
Mm-hmm. Pomeranian. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Uh.
The Beagle Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
The Corgi Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
That's really funny.
The war corgi.
No.
Corlock.
It's
Lock.
a core. It's a
Core
core
lock.
lock. It's a core lock.
Corlock.
It's a core lock.
Pandemic is putting out a anniversary edition.
Yeah.
Comes in a metal box.
Mhm.
Has some classy looking miniatures to go along with it.
Nice.
Comes out later this year.
Mm-hmm.
Around $100, I think. So if you're a fan of Pandemic, want a new version of it, it'll be out.
Mhm.
Let's see what else we got. 3 minutes. Oh, I mean, I'm not supposed to say that.
No.
A guy did a speed run of all 5 Fallout games in 90 minutes.
Yes.
He did all of them.
There's 4 Fallout games, not
There
5.
are 5. Fallout Tactic.
Did he do tactics?
Mhm.
I didn't think
it
he
said
did
Fallout. It said all 5.
I thought he did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. I didn't think he did. I missed it. I thought he only did the 4.
The
main
article
ones.
I saw said 5.
Okay, so I guess
So-
he did do. No, he did New Vegas.
New Vegas.
That's
it.
why. Yeah, no.
Then he didn't do all of them.
Yeah,
he didn't do
he did
Tactic.
1, 2, 3, New Vegas, 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So he didn't do tactics. Tactics, I don't think.
It would be hard to.
It would be hard to speed run tactic because it's just. It's a tactical game. I don't think it would work.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no way.
Yeah. So he did all the RPG
Yeah.
games.
It was pretty
That makes
interesting
more
because he went through Fallout 1 in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah, which is like just knowing the right place to go and like going straight there and then like just hitting it.
I just want to see what the end game is for that. It's just what the
yeah. I
he
was
saved the vault.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's all he did.
Yeah, that he did. He literally did nothing else.
Yeah.
Ron
Perlman's just like, I don't know what else.
I don't know what else to say.
War never changes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's a speed run, so he just skipped the cinematic. So who knows?
Yeah. One last little interesting thing.
Uh-huh.
Nintendo has been cracking down on pirated ROMs.
Oh yeah.
Of their games.
Oh yeah.
So they filed lawsuits against websites that are
Really?
hosting their ROMs.
Okay.
And which is interesting to me.
Well,
Because
they've been putting out a lot of virtual versions of their stuff, so it would make sense. They want to make sure that their market isn't.
Well, it's mostly like classic games, so I'm curious if
because
they're going to be pushing.
We know they're going to be. They've been putting out stuff like the minis.
Yeah,
well,
we know the classic.
And then,
games
but
are
also
coming.
they're putting more and more of that stuff on the Switch and the virtual console.
Exactly.
So, yeah, they don't want free versions of the stuff they're trying to sell out there.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it's a sign that we'll be getting a lot more virtual consoles.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or some variation of virtual consoles on the Switch.
Yes.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right.
That's all I got.
All right, cool.
So my time's up anyway.
Mm-hmm. Please go to our website at deafandumb.com. That's DEAFNDUMB.com.
Mm-hmm.
And please subscribe to us. Please follow us. Please like us. And please leave us comments and give us ratings. Give us all the stars.
On iTunes.
On iTunes.
On Stitcher.
On Stitcher. On Google
YouTubes.
Play. YouTube. Wherever you want to find us and listen to us, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go make sure my orders are in for diplomacy, and everything's gonna be
Mine's
great.
already done.
Yeah. Well, it must be easy when you only have 4 units.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May,
and I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.